I'm going to hit you with the bad news right off the top because everything that comes after that is very good news. So brace yourself. Yellowstone isn't coming back until November 2024. Yeah. We gotta wait a full year to find out how Beth and Jamie settle their feud, and if John Dutton dies. He's gonna die, right? After that, we'll get the jump on not one, but 2 Yellowstone spinoffs, and hang tight, because these look real good. It's Billy Dukes, and 20 seconds of how we got here. Yellowstone debuted in 2018. It blew up, so creator Taylor Sheridan created a spinoff called 1883, and that was really amazing, so he created another one called 1923, which has been solid. After 4.5 seasons of Yellowstone, 2 Hollywood strikes, and Kevin Costner's priorities forced Yellowstone on hiatus, during which we found out that the second half of Season 5 would be all she wrote for Yellowstone. Since then, we've just kind of been waiting. CBS has started to air Seasons 1 and 2 of Yellowstone, and we've covered that pretty thoroughly at Taste of Country and with the Dutton Rules podcast. You can find links to that below. But, and let me know if you agree here, it's just not been the same. This week, however, we got something that feels like hope. Sure, there is the aforementioned bad news that doubles down on Season 5 Part B being the final installment. I mean, making us wait a year is just kind of kicking us while we're down. But we have 2 new confirmed shows to talk about today. Yep, I said 2. Thumbs up if you're grateful that we'll be able to live in this world for years to come. And please consider tapping subscribe for the latest Yellowstone news, theories, and breakdowns. I want to add that while we'll have to wait a full year for new Yellowstone episodes, we might not have to wait that long for new Dutton family drama. I'm going to explain what I mean there in just one moment. I'm also going to suggest that we all may have jumped the gun on who's going to be starring in one of these 2 major Yellowstone spin-offs. Yeah, that guy. But first, the scoop on 1944. News of this show first leaked in February when a Paramount executive named Tom Prince spilled the beans, adding that it'll be filmed where they film Yellowstone. Yay! A warning that the name of the show might actually change. I mean, 1883 was originally 1886. 1923 was first called 1932, so don't assume it's going to include World War II as a backdrop until that's actually announced. It definitely grows out of Harrison Ford's 1923, however, which means we could see older versions of whomever survives 1923, much like we saw older versions of Young John and Spencer Dutton from 1883. It's not yet been confirmed that this show is going to air on Paramount Plus, but that seems most likely. No cast yet, and finally, don't assume we'll get this show first just because it's chronological. I bet we actually get the other new sequel first. The tentative name is 2024, and if you follow the breadcrumbs, you get to this show being the one that Matthew McConaughey is going to be starring in. Remember, he's always been attached to a sequel, not a prequel. In May, Deadline said several cast members from Yellowstone will join him, but Taylor Sheridan later walked that back, saying that it might not even be set in Montana. Nobody has ever indicated McConaughey's show will be anything but contemporary, however. The press release says, actually, nothing. Matthew's name isn't mentioned at all, which means the deal may not be done, or it might even be dead. Listen, if we've learned anything about life as a Yellowstone fan, it's that we have to stay liquid. I mean, in God and Taylor Sheridan we trust, right? I suspect we'll get this show first just because it makes so much sense to keep the modern day Yellowstone train rolling, and because we can't get 1944 until after Season 2 of 1923 airs. Right now we really have no idea how that slots in, but remember when I said you might not have to wait a full year for Dutton family drama? That's because it's possible 1923 returns before Yellowstone begins. But there is also some small chance that this entire timeline gets pushed back because the Screen Actors Guild strike isn't even close to being settled yet. Stay liquid. I'm Billy Dukes for Taste of Country. Thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing.